guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jacquelyn. I have had the gift of getting to know a lot of you through VHS Connect Campus Life, and I miss seeing your faces, and I'm missing all of the ridiculous things that you guys do, although I get a lot of ridiculousness from my kids, so there is that. But I just wanted you to know I miss you, and you guys are on my heart and in my prayers. I wanted to share a message with you guys today that came to me from a pastor that I just love, and he shared a verse that just resonated with my heart and resonated with the times, and thought I'd share it with you. It comes from the book of James, James 4, and it's about boasting about tomorrow. And we do this in ways I don't think that we realize. But it says, now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to this city or that, spend a year there, carry on business and make money. Why? You don't even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. This hit me like so hard. It was very convicting because I am like at the tippy top of the list of people who make plans and then go to like loads of different extremes and busyness to get them done. And if we're all being honest, I think that's a cultural syndrome. I think it's something that we all do. No matter what age of people I look at, I see it in different forms. We have an ability to get so focused on keeping up, so focused on accomplishments, so focused on what is we think is going to happen next and being prepared for it, that we miss the relational part of life. We miss the big picture, and you know, I see it in high schoolers all the time, and their schedule doesn't allow for a whole lot of just time with the Lord, and they're doing things that aren't necessarily bad. I mean, you guys are getting ready for college, you're busy with school, a lot of you guys have jobs, sports. There are a lot of things that fill our plates, but one of the things I think that we have done is we forgot our first love in the midst of it all. And we see our first love in the garden when God made Adam and Eve. He was relational with them. He was with them in the garden. He wasn't a distant God at that point. And I feel like we came to Christ with a love and from a relational standpoint in accepting his son as our sin substitute. And then we've gone on trying to walk out life through the measure of our acts, through what we can accomplish and what we can do. And I think we've just missed out on like the big picture of having time with Christ. I was looking back at some verses to kind of support this, and in Matthew 7, these people were going, but didn't I do this and didn't I do that? Good. And he says, depart from me, for I never knew you. And then, you know, the Bible talks about way off in the distant future about how we'll all go before the Lord. And again, we'll say, didn't I do this? Didn't I do that? Wasn't that enough? And he says, what did he say? But you lost your first love. So I guess during this time, I just wanted to encourage you guys to just try to accept the still and the peace that we have been handed. There's literally not much more that we can do. And I know we're all trying to love on our families right where we're at, but just remembering that the greatest way to love on our families is to be with our first love, and that's to give time to our Father and be renewed and filled up in him and get our identity of who we are in him and our love from him. And then we can go forth through the day sharing that, living that out with the people around us. So that has been a huge shift in perspective for me. It's been a way for me to kind of reunite with my Father and making time with him that I was made for a priority. And from that place of love, from that relational standpoint, I then go forward with my family And so I just wanted to encourage you guys to do the same. I love you all. I'm praying for you. I hope you all are staying healthy and safe, and I will check in later.